Austin Dillon has lost his final appeal. They went to the final appeal officer, and he has said, nope, penalty is going to be upheld from Richmond. Are we surprised at all, Jim?
No, not really. I think, as I've stated on this show many times before, NASCAR needs to do a much better job of making these calls when they actually happen instead of days after. In my opinion, anyway, anything that was found, I don't care what the SMT data showed. We all know what happened the night it happened. We didn't need to look at data 3 days later, which I think kind of hurts their credibility. But at the end of the day, by definition of the rule, he violated the rule and shouldn't be able to capitalize on it to make the playoffs. So I don't think it was a surprise in that fashion. And I will say this, though. There was a moment at the end of the race this week when it looked like the door was opening for Austin Dillon to capitalize on a surprise victory, and it would have been very kind of, I don't even know, ironic, iconic if he were to win again to get himself back into the playoffs.
Would he have dropped the appeal if he'd won?
So because before, when Brad fell out, it looked like it opened the door for Austin, and then he got caught up in that accident, I think, the next accident.
Well, where I thought you were going is that Kyle Busch had the opportunity presented to him to wreck Harrison to win.
Well, there was also that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
RCR had all kinds of opportunities.
Oh, yeah, there were multiple opportunities at the end of that race. But there was a door open for Austin to win the race, and I thought, wow, can you believe it if he goes out and actually wins another race?
That would have been remarkable. It would have been so remarkable. And the worst part about the Richmond deal, and I don't disagree with how any of that unfolded. I mean, there's no question what happened, and he got penalized, and he's not in the playoffs and all that. The most disappointing thing about all that is here's one of these race teams that has just struggled all season long, and they finally hit the sweet spot, and he should have won the race. I mean, he had the best car. Now, I know Logano beat him on a restart. I get all of that, but, man, if you don't get that caution, he does what you need to do, and you hate to see those kinds of things interrupted by a late race accident. But, yeah, I mean, the appeal now is behind us. And, this created some challenges, too, for those drivers around the bubble because you go to the next couple of races, Michigan where strategy can be a big thing and Daytona where we know anything can happen. And it's kind of like until you hear the final results of the appeal, are we on offense or are we on defense? If you're one of those drivers around the cut line.
That's like everything flipped after that race. Then it flipped after the penalty. Now you're waiting to see if it flipped.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't even know how you approach going into that. You got to prepare for every possibility, I guess.
Could be a late night at Darlington on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's wait until everything's decided.
I just hope, like, in the middle of the celebration, we don't hear, and the race review is under review.
And we're not going home till we decide.